Watch the Mega Millions drawing live tonight here on TV23. Covering the High Plains with news, weather, and information. From TV23 Studios in Sublette, this is High Plains Today.
Hi, everybody. It's Tuesday, January 26, 2016. Welcome to the show. It's High Plains Today right here on TV23. Now, on today's show, we did a couple of interviews last Friday at the Winter Expo in Dodge City. We talked with Kathy Reeves with the Dodge City Public Library and some of the clowns representing the Midian Shrine Temple out of Wichita, the Dodge City chapter. And so we're going to run those for you today. In the meantime, let's take a look at what's happening. A two-vehicle accident occurred yesterday morning at approximately 5:43 a.m., 4.5 miles west of Meade. The accident was caused when a 2015 Volkswagen Jetta, driven by 20-year-old Scott Emmanuel Chavez Gonzalez of Wichita, who was traveling east on Highway 54, crossed the center line, striking a westbound 2002 Chevy Trailblazer, being driven by 31-year-old Tanya Denise Mosel of Cimarron. Now, both individuals were taken to Meade District Hospital to be treated for their injuries. Well, back in December of 2015, the Seward County Council on Aging voted to let the longtime director of the Liberal Senior Community Center go. It was rumored that the vote took place in an executive session at the board's monthly meeting, but Laura Hershey, who until recently had served as the Council on Aging's president, said everything was done through proper channels to fire Director Susan Roberts. A new director, Darlene Ford, has now been hired to replace Roberts, who had been at the helm of the center for more than 3 decades. A Kansas Senate panel will consider a measure aimed at banning discrimination against gun dealers and manufacturers. The measure would function like laws that prevent religious or racial discrimination and allow gun dealers to sue when they feel discriminated against. Now, the Wichita Eagle reports the bill will be heard Thursday by a Senate committee. Senator Jacob LaTurner says the measure was in response to a 2013 federal initiative aimed at preventing fraudulent businesses from using the banking system. And earlier this month, 19 states, including Kansas, were given a grade of F for reproductive health and rights. The annual report released by the Population Institute rates each state and Washington, D.C. in 4 categories related to pregnancies, sex education, birth control, and access to abortion. Now, the failing grade was given because Kansas doesn't require sex education, doesn't have any laws regarding a woman's right to emergency contraception in an emergency room, hasn't expanded Medicare under the Affordable Care Act, and has a number of laws regarding abortion. Some of those regulations include prohibition of abortion after 20 weeks, mandatory counseling, a waiting period of 24 hours between counseling and procedure, and parental consent. Greensburg's Red Tractor restaurant continues to gain ground. The Farm to Fork restaurant that opened last June is listed as one of Nightclub and Bar Media Group's top-rated new hotspots for 2015. Now, the list, which included 1 spot in each state, was created by analyzing user-generated information from Yelp. Now, the list focuses on bars, nightclubs, lounges, and cocktail bars that opened after January 1st of 2015 and are not part of a national chain. Customers will find a largely local menu, whether it's mushrooms from Lawrence or beef from Protection. It's all part of the vision of chef and owner Todd and Angela Barlow to bring the labor of Kansas farmers to the dinner table. I might have to check that out next time I'm driving through Greensburg. And C.J. Wettstein, he has filed for his intent to run for Seward County Commissioner, District 1. Now, the filing deadline in Seward County is June 1st, 2016 at noon. And that's a look at just some of the stuff that's happening out there. Stick around. Be back with a sunshiny, warm forecast after this.
You're watching High Plains Today on TV23 with host Chris Jewell. TV23's internet service and 4G live streaming provided by United Wireless. Coverage you deserve. Service you expect. United Wireless.
What is radon? Home exposure to radon gas is the leading cause of lung cancer death in the United States for non-smokers. In Kansas, 1 in 4 homes will test at or above the EPA action level. The Surgeon General recommends all homes be tested and fixed if necessary. Visit kansasradonprogram.org for more information. Test, fix, save a life.
You want to feel connected, informed, included, inspired. So when important things happen, we're here. Your local TV and radio broadcasters. America's #1 source for news, weather, and information. On every screen in your life. We are broadcasters. Always here for you, wherever here may be. Text TV to 52886. Tell Washington local stations matter.
Clean kitchen surfaces, utensils, and hands with soapy water. 1 in 6 Americans will get sick from food poisoning this year. Keep your family safer. Check your steps at foodsafety.gov.
Something I feel when I'm right here. Something that tells me that I'm home. This is the place. Everybody here knows it. This is the place. Oh, it's home to me and you. Yeah, this is the place.
Now, the local weather forecast for the High Plains.
And welcome back as we look at the mighty Samson over the Cimarron and a member of the Kansas Highway Patrol right there on U.S. Highway 54 east of Liberal. Let's take a look at our current readings at the station. 43 degrees, not too bad. 48% relative humidity. Winds are out of the northwest at 16. Not near the winds we had yesterday. Barometric pressure is on the rise. As we look at our current temperatures around, everybody in the 40s and upper 30s. Hayes and Pratt, they'll be in the 40s fairly soon. And you can see our dew points are pretty low today. That's why our humidity is down in the 40% range. Everybody in the 20s and, well, Elkhart in the high teens. Winds around the area, everybody pretty much out of the west, northwest. Garden City at 14. We were 16 here at the station. Everybody else pretty much not too bad. Light and variable out in Guyman. Only 5 out in Lamar. Not going to be near as windy today as it was yesterday. Highs and lows as recorded at the Garden City Regional Airport. 46 was our high yesterday. 74 back in 1968. Our overnight low was 24 degrees. Ooh, -7 back in 1966. No new precipitation coming up in the bucket. Today we're looking at a high of 49 degrees. Winds are going to lay down a little bit northwest at 10 miles an hour. Then tonight, mostly clear southwest winds at 7. Looking at tomorrow, it's going to keep climbing. 56 for our high. Lots of sunshine. Winds will be out of the west at 9. Tomorrow night, our low of 25. Yeah, a few clouds rolling in, but not bad. Northwest winds at 8. As we look at the 7-day, you can see we're keep climbing. Look at that, 64 on Saturday. Going into the weekend, though, Sunday night into Monday morning, there is a 20 to 30% chance of rain. That'll be well after midnight on Sunday, but look at that high on Sunday is still going to be in the 50 degrees. It's going to cool off just a little bit next week. Other than that, we're looking pretty sunshiny and warm for the rest of the week. That's a look at the weather. Be back with the markets and our interviews after this.
Letting it show. I've been around.
So, same time next week?
Well, of course.
Put away a few bucks, feel like $1 million. For free tips to help you save, go to Feed the Pig.
Separate raw meats from other foods by using different cutting boards. 3,000 Americans will die from food poisoning this year. Keep your family safer. Check your steps at foodsafety.gov.
And welcome back. Our first interview today is with Kathy Reeves. She is the director of the Dodge City Public Library. And they got a 3D printer and they're doing some other really cool stuff. So take it away. Here's Kathy Reeves. We're out here at the Winter Expo, and we ran into the neatest lady I've met so far out here, Kathy Reeves. She is the director of the Dodge City Public Library. And Kathy, you have a 3D printer.
We have a 3D printer. We have a picture here. Yes, we received or purchased our 3D printer last fall through a donation from one of our patrons in our library foundation. And we're just so excited about it because it's so much fun. You get to make things like
Yeah.
Doctor Who TARDIS.
Yes, and as a matter of fact, you can see this on TV 23 because we broadcast Doctor Who.
Great. We're fans. We actually have a big one at the library. Oh, about like so. Dr. Martin Luther King monument.
His monument.
Right.
Okay.
And then we did this today. It's a handle for the screwdriver bits. You know that
Yes.
where you can take one out and put another one in.
Yeah, it's
we
okay
made that.
It has a flat head on it, and you can
Right.
pull this out, and on the other end it has a Phillips.
That's right.
Okay. So how long does it take to make something like that?
It took for this. It took about an hour and a half.
Well, that's not too bad.
No. And when you take it off, it's cool, ready to go to work.
So, okay, and you have this in something that you call your, and I'm going to give this back to you so I don't walk off with it,
Good.
even though
I'll be
I'd
slow.
like to. You have this in what you call your maker space?
We have created, just last week, we started a maker space. It's a room at the library where you can come, make something, let your creations come to life.
That's cool. You have a lot of different types of materials and things that you can do. I mean, somebody can come and do a podcast, right?
We have podcast equipment in there, so if somebody has a web page and they want to put audio podcast on, come down, they can record it there, put it on their disk, on their drive, take it back and put it on their own web page.
Okay, so in this maker space now, if I wanted to come down and use your 3D printer, what would it cost me?
We charge $2 to set up, because you have to get a file and make sure that the 3D printer will read that. And then it's 25 cents per gram for the object. So
That doesn't
and
weigh
that's
very
not
much.
very-
Yeah, no, that
that's
doesn't
not
weigh
very
anything.
much. You know, maybe $1, $1.50, I don't know, because I didn't
cool.
weigh it.
That's
so.
pretty cool.
And this one's probably a little bit more because
Oh yeah, it's a little hefty.
yeah, well, and we want it to be solid.
Okay, so what about the other stuff in the maker space at the library? I mean, if I wanted to come down and do a podcast
You can
or
a
do anything
podcast.
else.
And we want to expand that where you can do some visual things as well. We have an Elmo projector, which I know it's kind of funny, but for the old timers, think of the OPEG projector.
Okay, yes.
All right, you know that. An Elmo is kind of like that, only it's a lot neater. And you can project up on the wall and enlarge an object if you got something small and you want it big for your classroom, for your wall
Sure.
at home, your office. You can use that. And what's neat about the Elmo is you can also put 3D objects on it and project. And we use that for our programs when our presenters have
Cool.
something. We have a soldering iron. We have a sewing machine.
You have a sewing machine?
We have a sewing machine. If you
So
don't
if I lose a
sew-
button or something like that, I can come on down to
well,
the library.
except you usually don't. sew
Oh,
the
okay,
button
so
on.
it shows
But
you how
if
much-
your seam, if your seam comes
Okay,
undone,
all right. If I
and you
split my
want to
pants
sew-
or something.
right? You can
Okay.
come in. We'll shut the door, and then you can sew it up. We just ask people to provide the consumables. You know, the
Sure.
thread, the different items. we'll provide the
Expertise?
well, expertise to some degree.
You're going to be more expertise than I am.
I have a staff person that's good at sewing.
Okay.
Our IT department is really good on the electronics.
Yes.
Oh, we're getting some little bits, which are electronic gizmos and gadgets.
You got a lot going on.
Right. Our friends at the libraries are buying those for them. We're taking donations. If somebody wants to learn or wants to do some jewelry making, why our goal is to maybe have some tools so that they can come in and do jewelry making. They would provide their own beads, and then they would use our tools to make their items.
Tell you what, Kathy, sometime we're going to come up and we're going to sit down
I'd
with you
love to have
and go through the Dodge City Library.
All right.
Kathy,
I have a
thanks
lot
for
of
taking the
other
time.
things,
You got a
too.
lot of stuff.
Right.
Get on out to the Dodge City Public Library. Go see Kathy and her staff. They got a lot of stuff going
If you
on.
want to check out our webpage, it's dcpl.info.
All right. Thanks, Kathy.
All right, thank you.
And there you have it, Kathy Reeves with the Dodge City Public Library. Neat lady, and they got a lot of stuff going on. Our next segment is we spent some time with some clowns. Now, they didn't have their clown makeup on, but they are with the Midian Shrine Temple in Wichita, and they are the Dodge City Clown Club chapter, whatever. Anyway, bunch of neat guys, and they do some neat stuff. I was not aware of everything that the Shriners do. But here, let's take a look at our interview with Opie, Murph, and Tiny. I am now joined by, and you're not going to see this every day, but these three guys, clowns. All right? These three guys, this is Opie, Murph, and believe it or not, this is Tiny over here. These guys are members of the Midian Shrine Temple out of Wichita, and they are members of the Dodge City Shrine Club. Did I get that right?
Yes.
All right, thanks, Murph. Okay, Opie over here, believe it or not, this is the clown boss.
Boss clown. There you
Okay,
go.
boss clown. Clown boss clown. All right, but he does boss you guys around, right?
Yep.
All right, okay. All right, Tiny, step up here. Okay, now this car, you know, you go to the circus, and you guys have the Shrine Circus and everything. How many of you guys can get in this?
Well, 4 or 5. We got a clown hole in the back, and then they ride on the back, and they ride on the fenders, and they got one guy driving, so probably 4 or 5 of us.
All right, and it's making me nervous because Murph's getting in the car. And this thing does, okay, so that's how you hang out of the car, right?
Yep, that's it.
Okay, all right, let me ask you, Murph, or Opie, tell me, how did you get involved and why did you get involved with the Shriners?
Well, I got involved because I was just asked one day, and once I found out exactly what it was all about,
Yes.
then I knew it was something for me because the shrine really is dedicated to helping kids and having fun. So who can go wrong with something like that?
Clowning around and helping kids.
Exactly. You cannot go wrong with something like that.
Okay, so the main purpose of the Shriners, now you guys have Shriners hospitals located pretty much all across the United States, correct?
Correct.
Okay, so if there's a child in need, now you guys help get those children to the Shrine Hospital, right?
That's correct. We transport the kids and one of the parents or 2 of the parents to and from the hospitals at no cost. And when they get to the hospitals, it's free of charge too. And these are learning hospitals, so they're excellent hospitals with excellent doctors.
Okay, so if we're here in Southwest Kansas, what would be the closest Shrine Hospital to us here in Southwest Kansas?
I believe St. Louis. St.
St. Louis? Okay, Murph says St. Louis. Now, all right, of you 3 guys, Opie, Tiny, I don't know why they call you Tiny, and Murph. Murph is a rodeo clown, although he did show me a picture of him in his bathing suit, and that was not pretty. But how long have you guys been doing this?
Since 82.
You've been in, okay, Murph, you've been in 82.
That's the same time here, 82.
Okay, Tiny, but you've been in.
I'm the pup. I've only been doing it probably 7 years, maybe 6.
And they made you the boss clown boss?
Yeah, because it's kind of a tough job.
Oh, either that or nobody else wanted it.
That's it. That's how it works.
Okay, but
you don't get elected in. You get told, hey, you're.
Oh, you don't. Okay. This isn't a secret ballot.
No, it's just you're the boss.
Okay. So 15 guys line up over there, and you're over here by yourself, and they say, you are now Clown Boss.
That's it. That's
okay.
Exactly
All right. All right. So, but the big thing you guys got coming up the end of February is your annual Shrine Circus, correct?
Dodge City Shrine Circus. It's the 65th year. We've had it for annual. We've had it every year for 65 years, so it's a great big deal. 3 days, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
I'll be at the Civic Center.
Yeah.
26th, 27th, and 28th.
All right, and you guys now, you got to get with these guys. Unfortunately, we're not going to see them all made up, but I've seen pictures, and trust me, yeah, they're really clowns. So anyway, and they'll have their cars out here, but the biggest thing is you got to get out, support the Shrine Circus coming up the end of February, and we're going to come see you guys because Obi says that you try, if the weather's good and the weather's nice, you'll try and get some elephants to the elementary schools.
Yes, we will, and we're going to feed them elephants pizza.
I was going to say, here is a knowledge nugget for you, according to Opie the Clown, who's not in his clown outfit, but elephants like pizza.
They love pizza.
Pepperoni.
And that's the funnest thing you'll ever watch. So if you ever get a chance to watch elephants eat pizza, and if you want to see it, and we're doing it, come see us.
All right. You know what? We're going to come see you guys the end of February. All right?
That's great.
Thanks. Opie, Tiny, and Murph. Thanks, guys.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
And there you have it. We talked to 3 Shrine Clowns, and they do some good work. Stick around to be back with more after this. Hi, I'm Chris Jewell, host of High Plains Today, a 30-minute news and information program that airs at noon weekdays right here on TV 23. Hey, do you think you have an idea for something that would make a great segment? Somebody that would make a great interview? What about a community event that needs highlighting? Let us know here at the station. Email us news@kdgltv.com.
You want to feel connected, informed, included, inspired. So when important things happen, we're here. Your local TV and radio broadcasters. America's #1 source for news, weather, and information. On every screen in your life. We are broadcasters. Always here for you. Wherever here may be. Text TV to 52886. Tell Washington local stations matter.
Cook foods to the right temperature using a food thermometer. 3,000 Americans will die from food poisoning this year. Keep your family safer. Check your steps at foodsafety.gov.
Something I feel when I'm right here. Something that tells me that I'm home. This is the place. Everybody here knows it. This is the place. Oh, it's home to me and you. Yeah, this is the place.
And welcome back. Well, KU didn't have such a good time last night in Ames, Iowa. They got beat 85-72. That is their 4th straight loss on the road. Not looking good for the Jayhawks on a number 12 title in a row. Anyway, let's take a last look at our weather before we get out of here today. 44 degrees, relative humidity is only 45%. Winds are out of the northwest gone down to 8 miles an hour. Barometric pressure on the rise. Look at those temperatures for the 7-day, would ya? Going into the weekend, we're going to be in the 60s. Only high of 50 on Sunday, but there is a chance of precipitation Sunday night into Monday morning. Go out and make it a great Tuesday, everybody. See you back here tomorrow.
Keep up to date with the latest information from TV 23 on our Facebook page, KDGL TV.
When you do business with United Wireless, you're doing business with people living and working right here in Southwest Kansas, not someone halfway across the world. We're proud of the fact that every day we serve our friends and neighbors, our healthcare providers, and hairdressers. technicians, farmers, and local retailers. You are the people who make Southwest Kansas great, and for all you do, we believe you should be treated with the utmost respect. We are United Wireless, and we are Southwest Kansas proud.
When some people struggle with their mortgage payments, they become frozen, petrified. Not knowing what to do, they do nothing. But the people who do something, the people who take action, are far more likely to get the most positive outcome. Making home affordable is a free government program. Call now to talk one-on-one with a housing expert about the options that are right for you. Real help, real answers, right now.
2 outs with a runner on first base. Now the big guy comes up to bat, hitting .342 with 92 RBIs and 36 homers. Pittsburgh pitch is out.